What classes did I take and what were my grades as a civil engineer in undergrad? The reason I'm making this video is because I've been getting several DMs and comments asking how I performed in college, and then others asking if they should switch to a different major if they didn't perform well in their first or second year. Before we get into talking about my classes, I will say my lowest GPA was a 2.3 and I finished college with a 3.003. As a civil engineer undergrad, I was constantly taking 16 or more units. That was just the norm, or else we would fall behind. So, for my first quarter of freshman year, I took Gen Chem, Environmental Challenges, Calculus 2B, and Intro to Anthropology, and finished with a 2.75 for that quarter. For the next quarter, I took Intro to Writing, Climate Change, Multivariable Calculus, and Physics 2. I got a 2.65 that quarter, so already going down. For the next quarter, I took Critical Reading, Gen Chem Part 2, Intro to Linear Algebra, Classical Physics, and then Physics Lab. And I got a 2.671 GPA that quarter. And I took one GE class over at my community college over summer. But for my second year, fall quarter, I took Intro to Engineering 1, which was like a design class, but it wasn't catered towards civil engineers. And then I started taking my civil coursework, so statics, and then a MATLAB class, intro to computation problem solving or something. And then took another writing class, and then the final multivariable calculus class, which I barely passed. And this was my lowest GPA ever of 2.3. At this point, I was ready to switch out of civil engineering undergrad and switch to business or biz admin. This is the last quarter for my sophomore year. This was when things were starting to get better in terms of grades. I took principal material science, computation problem solving. All of these are engineering coursework since I finished my GEs. Civil engineering practice 1, mechanics of materials, which I strongly struggled with, and then a mechanics of materials lab. After my second year, there was 2 summer sessions that I took. I wanted to minor in management. I took Intro to Business Management and Principles of Accounting for summer session 1, and then Management Science and Intro to Informational Management. I'm not sure what that one stands for, but both of those sessions boosted my GPA greatly. For the first quarter of my junior year, I took Analysis and Design. This is a upper division coursework for civil engineering. And then I took Intro to Fluid Mechanics. A few of my classmates got caught using Chegg that quarter. And then I took 2 management classes, Intro to Marketing and Entrepreneurship. The next quarter, I took 17 units, 4 engineering classes, 1 management class. So I took Soil Mechanics, Structural Analysis, Water Resource Engineering, and then my Soil Mechanics lab. And then Social Media for my management course, which I got a 2.918 GPA that quarter. For my last quarter of junior year, I took 3 engineering courses and 1 material science class. I was also trying to minor in material science in addition to my minor in management. This course swayed me away from it. So the 3 classes of civil engineering I took were environmental processes, concrete design, and then an econ class for civil. The material science and engineering class that swayed me away was called Electronic Optic Properties. After my junior year, I only took 1 summer session class, and it was a upper division writing course for or catered towards engineering. For my last year of civil engineering, I decided to specialize in structures. I hated it because it was terrible for me. I did not perform well. My first class was computational methodic structures, structural steel design, and then senior design practicum, and additionally seminars in civil engineering, which was a 1-unit class. And then I took a GPA booster, which was Asian American Stories. For the next quarter, I also took another GPA booster, which was Art 9B. Shout out to my professor for giving me an A. For the next 3 courses, they're all civil engineering upper division. First was System Analysis and Decisions. Next was Timber Design, and finally Senior Design Practicum 2. For my final quarter, I finally made the dean's honor list. I took another GPA booster, or I took two GPA boosters, which was Art 8 and Urban Planning 5. And my two other courses were civil engineer based, which was earthquake engineering, and then senior design practicum, which was basically collecting all the data from my first two quarters and then creating a presentation for the civil engineering department. I struggled a lot, but I was able to get it done. Anyone can do it as long as they persevere and pray for the curve.